Hey guys, how's it going? As you can see from the title of the video, I have just completed, or almost completed, a 72 hour dry fast. I plan on breaking this fast with a recipe from Cole out of Snake Diet with lemon juice, raw apple cider vinegar, and baking soda. And I also got some grape juice, but I didn't really see a complete recipe, so I'm going to butcher that, but I'm going to get that on video. If you're wondering whether I did a hard dry fast or a soft dried fast, it was kind of in between. The first day, before 12 hours even hit, I did a nasal rinse with the neti pot because I was just getting rid of a sinus infection, which I pretty much did get rid of with my nose, but my throat for the past 3 weeks was still iffy, so I just decided that was another reason to do this dry fast, but I'll go into the reasons a little later. I also did get some contact on my skin with water. Not squin. But yeah, that happened. It's not really a big deal. I'd say for the most part it was a hard dry fast just because I didn't take a shower each of the days. Anyway, after I drink that juice, actually I'm going to break it with water and then have that juice right after. But after that, I got some coconut water in my fridge. That's going to be so good. I'm pretty excited for that. But I'm going to drink that after I shower because I feel pretty greasy at the moment. So it'll be pretty nice to take a cold shower. And yeah, until then, I will update the video.
So here are all of my ingredients for the kidney cleansing juice to break my fast. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have 2 tablespoons of this, mix this with half a teaspoon, and then in the other bottle I'm going to put 4 tablespoons of this, drink that through a straw, and then I'm probably going to add in some grape juice to get whatever's left in the cup. And yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Alright guys, I'm about to break this fast. I'm actually pretty nervous. But yeah, my heart is racing right now. Mainly because I'm pretty sure the 2 concoctions I created are going to taste horrible. But let's get into this. I'm going to start with water and then down those 2 bad boys. Let's go. Oh my god. Oh man. Oh boy. Oh boy. I'm not going to describe what I just felt because you pretty much just saw my reaction. You might think it's fake, whatever, blah blah blah, I don't care. This might be a completely different reaction though, so I think I might down this. This is the 100 milliliters of water, the 2 tablespoons of raw apple cider vinegar, and the half teaspoon of baking soda. Let's see how it is. Yeah, not the same reaction. Gonna keep it at that. I mean, it wasn't horrible, but when you break it fast, you're kind of just hoping for the best tasting stuff that you can. Pretty much the last 24 hours of the fast, I was just watching videos of people eating or drinking some sort of fluid. Usually water because it looks so good. But I stuck through it. So let's get this nice little lemon juice. See how this is. Oh! Ugh. Ugh. Ah. Whatever. I'm just a big baby. It's not that bad. I'm trying to get this bad boy open. I want to have some of this. It's grape juice. I don't even drink grape juice, but maybe I'll start drinking it now. If I can get it open. Oh my god. There we go. Beautiful. I don't even know. Yeah, okay. I spilled some liquidy juice on me. That's nice, whatever. Here we go. I think this is going to be pretty good. I'm excited for it. Let's get a sip. That was good. That was good. I'm not going to lie. I think it would have tasted better if I brushed my teeth right before this, to be honest. Because my mouth is slightly musty, but it was still pretty good. I'm going to drink a little more, actually. Why not? Why not? So, yeah, I'm about to put these bad boys away. I'm going to drink that concoction one more time, the one I just drank, probably towards the end of the night. But in between then, I'm going to have some coconut water. I'm going to have some kombucha. That's going to be so good. Oh my god. And I'm going to try to get a good watermelon at the store. I'm hoping they have a watermelon that's completely ripe. And I'll gnaw on that either not right before bed, but an hour before bed or tomorrow morning. We'll see. But I'm going to drink the rest of this and then take a shower. And then, yeah, maybe I'll get a video of me drinking coconut juice yeah. Who knows? So, you're probably wondering why I even decided to do a dry fast for 72 hours. And there's three main reasons. The first one was that I was having a lot of injuries in the gym for the past year. Not big ones, but little strains, and they just kept building up. So the past month, I've been addressing all of them, doing stretching, foam rolling, joint mobilizations, all this stuff. And I thought, what better way to completely get rid of those toxins, flush them out, than a dry fast, because that's what it'll do. Now, I don't know how effective it actually is. Some of you might say it's not going to do anything, not a big change, or it might help flush all that junk out a lot, because I had a lot of scar tissue and adhesions all in my soleus, just so bad. Soleus and gastroc a little, but mainly my soleus, which has been preventing my ankle mobility. So that lack of ankle mobility resulted in a knee injury that has been on and off for 6 months that I'm finally tackling and getting rid of. So there's point one. My second reason for doing it was I had this fissure downstairs, and every time I'd eat processed foods or going out, so Noodles and Company, Chipotle, because, oh my god, I love those. But anyway, every time that I would go there, I'd still have, or I wouldn't still have, but I'd essentially have a movement, and it hurt a lot. And this had been going on for 3 months after I was prescribed antibiotics when I got my wisdom teeth out. So I probably could have went to the doctor for an ointment or a cream, but I'd feel a little weird and I thought I'd save money. My third reason for doing this dry fast is for the spiritual benefits. Now, some of you might be thinking, what is he even talking about? Essentially, when you do this type of fast, it is very intense, and you'll be in stages where the only thing you think of is, oh my god, I want to eat and I want to drink. For me, it's mainly wanting to drink water, because I'm not too, I can go without food for a little while. But yeah, for me, you'd go in these swings where you would be really thirsty, and that's the only thing that'd be on your mind. And then once you were feeling good, for me, the first half of the day, I'd feel good, and I'd be in a really good mood. I kind of felt as if I was enlightened. So I was just looking at my life through different perspectives, thinking on what I can do better, trying to be more of a positive person, which is what I've been working on the past month now. And for the past 3 weeks, the dry fast has been in my head. Each week I think about it, oh, when should I do it, when would be good? And I was doing a deload for my gym stuff, and I was halfway through, and this would be the only time I'd be able to do the dry fast this summer and benefit from it and not get in the way of my schedule. Those are my reasons for doing the dry fast. Now, there are some negatives. One of the negatives is that you can get really lightheaded at times if you stand up too quickly, or if you jump, or I don't know why you'd be trying to do this. If you're working out, you generally want to stay inside when you do this because you're going to be tired. Or if you try to do something that's active, you're going to be tired. Funny thing, actually, the period that I did this, the whole 72 hours, the first full day I did it, I had an 8-hour shift at my job, which when I got home, I was so dead. Oh man, I was so tired. But the second day was almost as bad because the first half was actually fine. I was babysitting my cousins. I didn't have any issues. But the second half, I decided to go to the gym with one of my buddies who was in town at the time because he's in the Army. So it was pretty much his last day here. So I decided I might as well just go. I'm not going to do anything, but I'll just go with him, coach him a little since that's my thing. And yeah, but with my personality, I get a little carried away and I try to do stuff that I shouldn't. So I was trying to do my rehab/prehab exercises for my knee and generally my whole lower body, and not a good idea. I was starting to get pretty lightheaded. I needed to sit down for a while, and I was not enjoying it at all. There was points where I was almost not unconscious, but I was unconsciously thinking to go and walk towards a water fountain. So stay inside at a normal, stable environment if you do a dry fast. And of course, another big negative is that you will be very hungry and very thirsty. And this is the whole process of detoxing, whether you actually have toxins in you or if you have a food or sugar or tobacco or any type of addiction. This is your body purging it all out. So it is intense. For me, I consider myself to be pretty healthy, so it's not that bad. For me, I just had to deal with thirst and hunger. And that was mainly provoked because I went to the gym earlier that day. As simple as that. Or I didn't do, as I said, I didn't do anything, but I wasn't in a good, stable environment. So that's about it. I'll make an update video in 3 days if those 3 reasons were fulfilled in the healing benefits of dry fasting. And as you can see, I'm pretty tired, so I'm ready to go to sleep. One other thing some people might experience is that they can't fall asleep when they dry fast. And I read up on this, and it's because your body's in ketosis. So the whole time you're awake, or I guess your body's just burning down fat for glycogen the whole time. So you have much more energy than you should. And yeah, I'd say that for me was the biggest negative, honestly, was not being able to get full sleep. I probably, in the grand scheme, that whole 72 hours, first day I got 7 hours, that was fine. The second day, I only got 1 hour. I think 2 hours max. And then the third day I got, I want to say 4 hours. I'd say 4 hours, 4 to 5, 5 max, 4 hours. So, yeah, that's it. I'm going to go catch on some sleep, and here is the update video. Okay, so the 7 days have passed since I ended the dry fast, and I gotta say, I don't have much to complain about. So my knee injury that I had, the jumper's knee tendonitis that I had, it's pretty much gone now. I haven't had much knee pain. I actually was able to do a pistol squat on a decline with very minimal pain. So that was a big breakthrough for me. I'm excited because I'm going to be squatting again as soon as I step back in the gym in a couple days. And it's all going uphill from here for me. The injury / issue that I had downstairs, that's all good. I'm all healed. The only issue I had was that the past 4 weeks, like the 4 weeks before I did the fast, I had a minor upper respiratory oh my god. Upper respiratory infection. A minor, not big one, but it was small. And while I was doing the fast and after the fast, it actually got worse. So I did go to the doctor to get some antibiotics for that. But otherwise, everything else has gone well. Now, the biggest part for me, this is the spiritual stuff. If you guys you're not into that, you don't want to hear it, you can check out. I mean, just, stop watching the video. But if you are into it, I suggest you watch, because for me, this is some good golden nuggets that I feel as though a lot of people watching this can learn from. So, one of the biggest things that I learned from, as I've learned in my past, is balance. And one thing that I realized I wasn't balanced in my life, that was affecting the way I was thinking and acting with others and just other parts of my life, physical ailments, is imbalance in my root chakra. So essentially, the way to heal that is by getting more protein foods, meats and such. And I was a vegan for 3 years. And I realized that I think for my body and how I grew up, the foods that I ate, the best thing that I could do would start incorporating seafood in my diet. And around 3 weeks ago, I woke up with this idea of, what's stopping me from incorporating seafood into my diet? What's the main thing preventing me? And as I started doing my research, I was looking into shellfish, because that's what I ate a lot when I was younger. And in my head, that was the thing that had the least amount of consciousness, but it's still animal protein, so I believe that it would help in healing that root chakra. So, I started my research, and I found an app that tells you, it finds seafood for you that, rates it based upon how environmentally sustainable it is, how ecologically sustainable it is for marine biology, as well as how toxic it is, if it has a lot of heavy metals such as mercury. And as soon as, I had all the information, it clicked in my head that the only thing stopping me from eating the seafood and balancing out everything, all my energies, is that, just, my ego. That's what it is. Not that, but, my ego was what was preventing me from moving forward and creating more balance in my diet and in my life. And, it made so much sense to me, especially because I listened to a podcast in the car, a podcast called My 7 Chakras. Highly suggest it if you're into the spiritual life. Go check it out. Anyway, one of the girls was talking about how, your body kind of acts like a pendulum when it comes to food. So the more out of balance you are with your eating habits, the more out of balance your body wants to go. and the more in alignment that you start coming into, the more, you know, your body starts craving those foods that put you in alignment. So, you know, it just made most sense for me to eat seafood, which I have done since then. Haven't had any digestive issues. My digestive system's working very well right now. I'm extremely happy with everything that's going on. Another thing that I realized for the spiritual side is I, including everyone else in this world, has the potential to to do anything they want, one, and two, whatever they set their mind to, they can achieve, as long as it's relatively achievable. You know, if it's not something that's completely out of the water, but it's something that can be done. If you take the steps, you put your mind to it, it's gonna get done. You just need to follow the steps that are given to you, that come up in your head. If you need to start, you know, cut habits out of your life, stop smoking, stop drinking, anything that's addictive for you, that you're addicted to, if you're able to cut it out, cut it out. If you're able to cut people out that are toxic to you, you cut them out. As long as you follow those, you notice them, and you're not attached to them, and you cut them out. I mean, these are just examples that I personally went through the past 3 years of my on and off spiritual journey. And I personally haven't had much issues with it, and I can do it pretty well. So, I mean, every time I do it, it's just, I feel like I'm evolving. It's overwhelming. I mean, I was just with a friend today having a really deep conversation about this stuff. So this is my second time getting into this today. So I'm a little drained, but I love it. So I can't complain. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. I recognize my true potential. The thing with fasting is that, you know, if you're into that chakra stuff, is that it opens up your crown chakra, which has to do with your relation to God or the divinity, the universe. However, whatever term you use to describe that relationship, it opens that up and you feel that connection. And I'm personally someone that always has a lot of energy there. So the fast, doing this fast, it's just overwhelming. It's intense, and I love it because I just realized so many different things. You know, the imbalance I had, that was the biggest example for me, the biggest breakthrough. For everyone, it's different. I might be one of those individuals that fasting is much more intense for. If you're not as healthy and you try to do this, then, you know, the first time you do it, it might just be hell because, excuse me, it just might be hell because you have so much toxins and purging to do that it's just the first 2 or 3 days are absolutely brutal. Absolutely brutal. Sorry about that. Yeah. I am thinking about I plan on doing a dry fast every year. It's kind of my own religious ceremony, something that I want to incorporate in my life once a year. Or if I have enough free time, I might try a 5-day dry fast. I don't know if it's going to be absolute. If it works with the schedule, I would, you know, 5-day hard dry fast. In winter break, that'd be awesome. Otherwise, I'm just going to do it next summer. Hopefully, that'd be pretty cool and intense. And maybe I'll make another video about it. But that's it. I'm going to put a timestamp in this, hopefully. But that'll be the beginning. So, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Stay positive. Follow your dreams. That's it. Take care. Peace and love, baby.